I will record. Cool. Before I start, can you share how many pips did you do today on this so far? I don't think anyone did 1,000 pips, but Dave, we're looking at your shin. Yeah, I could show you my ass, but I think my shin is a bit better. 500, nice. Cool. So Edwinas, you did more than me. I am a bit jealous. You guys are not supposed to make more pips than me. But it's great. 400 and 500 pips. It's very nice. Okay. Before we start, do you guys have some questions? Though mostly, yeah. We will review DAX and Do. So there is someone who is not muted. Who is that? Yeah, it's Thomas. Okay. Quick update. So there are two bugs. One bug reported by Edwinas this morning. There was a double signal on the SPX 5 minutes. So basically on this 5 minutes. On very rare occasions, we had like a double triangle signal, which is not correct. So it's fixed and not published yet. And when using when using the custom stop loss, there was an issue as well. So it's fixed as well, and I will publish everything for all the frameworks in a few hours. So as you are asking me always the same question, if you use custom stop loss, if you should update your indicators and update your alerts, yes. If you are not using custom stop loss, then you don't need to update your framework and to update your alerts. It's clear? I guess mute your mic. Yeah, I know. There is Edwinas who is not muted. There is Alex as well. Okay, team said yes. Okay. Okay, guys. So if you want to speak, you have to unmute yourself and then speak, and then mute yourself back. Yes, Alex. Good. All right. I'm going to share my screen. If you guys can confirm if you can see, that would be amazing.
Can see the screen, yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Oh, come on. All right. Okay. Quick thing. For using TradingView, I don't use Chrome. I use the browser called Opera. This big O. For me, and by the way, like I have a laptop. Like it's a new laptop, like 16 GB of RAM. It's a beast. And with Chrome, when I have a lot of TradingView tabs, it's very slow. But with Opera, it's very fast. And by the way, it's possible to add your Chrome extension in Opera as well. So in case you use extension like Trading Collector or Profit View or this kind of stuff, yeah, like for me, like from my experience, like when I have a Chrome, it's crashing. Like, I have this freeze like 3 times a day, and when I use Opera for training view, no. I will check this. I will check. Okay, all good, cool. Okay, do you guys want to start with DAX or with DO? Like we will do both, and then we will finish by Bitcoin.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, right? Okay. Cool. Let's start, for instance, with this one. Okay, so here we have a short, and because the EMEA 20, I will put it in black and big. I have a short, and because the EMEA 20 is because the cloud is below my EMEA 20, what I should aim is for a pullback past for a candle high to go past this like EMEA. So where I will enter, it's somewhere around here. Okay, and then in terms of profit, yeah, like I will not personally take profit after certain pips. And then you will be with a loss of 23 pips per plus spread. Okay, second trade. You have this you have the signal here, but because the EMEA 20 is in the cloud, so the method says to wait for a pullback past, like similar to that, past the 20. So where I would enter? I would enter here. Why here? Because at this point the EMEA 20 is below this cloud. So I will aim for a pullback around here. Okay, so we are here, and then we have a move until the next support. So when I for taking profits, when I have a green background, like I am way less active with my profit taking when I have a short with a green background, or when I have a long with a red background. So here I will either set my stop loss to break even here and take my profit here. So I will yes. Okay, so I will set. I will enter here, and then I will set my stop loss plus break even plus eventually to take some profit here. Before I keep going, there are some guys that are not muted, and Alex, I will mute you unless you want to ask something. Before I keep going, do you guys have some questions on that trade?
No, and keep going.
I keep going. Yes, Riku. Okay. Then here we have this long. So by the time we have this long, we have the EMEA 20 it's in the cloud, right? There is no support and resistance near. And at the bundle, I have the EMEA 20. That's what you want. That is outside the cloud. So I would not. So that's up to you. You can enter here or here at the back. Then, if you are in that trade, should you like if you're not stop out or if you didn't exit this one, should you take this diamond one? No. the method says for indice, that just specific to indice 1 minute. And when you use the expert mode, so as a reminder, expert mode is basically when you.
Excuse me, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, sir.
So the trade before, we had this green triangle. It was in the green background, right?
Yes.
We do not have support resistance near, so we enter at the market once the signal fires, or we'll wait for a pullback.
This one is a bit unique because here you have this when like for so yeah, this, for a long when this black in 20 is in the cloud, so that means a pullback, right? Yeah.
I have a question for that one, because it's in the cloud, right? So it's past EMA. It's supposed to be further on the right, isn't it?
Yes, yes, but
Because
here,
if you do that, then you're in profit because you aim for the blue resistance and then you enter
like
in the clouds
yeah.
past EMA. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That was what I was guessing, and then I took profit on the blue line, and then it works.
This one, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. For that makes sense, but basically, like if you like actually like for that trade, that's better. But if you follow the trading method, you see, yeah, I have my EMA 20 is in the cloud, so like I should wait for a pullback. But basically, at that candle at 7 for my time for 7 p.m. 7 a.m. as 35 minutes, I have I have the EMA 20
outside. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Okay.
So that's up to you, but where I will enter is basically here.
Because sometimes in 3 candles the moves happens and sometimes not. So because for me a pullback needs at least 5-6 candles, otherwise it's not a pullback. So that's why sometimes.
Why 5-6?
Well, it's because you see, for example, here you have the move up and then it goes down and up again, and so that's the real pullback for me. But if you only sort of pull back after 1 or 2 candles, then you don't know because there's no pullback. But
I agree. But in that case, the perfect entry is here.
Okay.
And if you follow our trading method, the normal entry is around like here. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then I will not enter because it's too close from the blue line, and that's my target. So it's like 4 pips or something.
Is it too close? No, like it's
yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
It's like 17 pips. Okay, so
Can I ask you something?
Let me check with speaking. Yes.
Tomasz here. Hi. I have a question. If you are waiting for pullback like this one, and pullback happens when candle crosses EMA 20, but now that happened outside of the yellow zone. What if it happens in the yellow zone? I am talking now about the pullback, not the signal triangle. Should we take the trade or not? Do you understand?
Not really.
If the pullback is in the cloud.
If pullback, yes. If the pullback is in the cloud. So in this example, it's outside the cloud. So it is optimal entry. But what if this would be in the cloud?
Okay. So if we
so we take it or not?
If you take it, yes. If you take it, yes. But if we assume the black pullback is still below or in the cloud, then the entry will be here. Yeah.
Come
So
again.
pullback in the cloud doesn't work.
Pullback
In the cloud doesn't work.
Pullback in the cloud. Pullback.
No, but I mean in that particular trade, you see that there is a
Yes.
pullback on the blue line.
Pullback on the
Blue line, the
Yes.
lower cloud
Yes.
thing. So this one is not, you cannot take that.
No, for me, the entry, like I know that for this trade it's not perfect. For me, the entry because the EMEA 20 is outside the cloud from here. So for me, the entry is
Okay, get it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So
it's here because at that moment the EMA crossed. It's here because at this moment the EMA crosses the cloud, right?
yes.
Okay. So I still didn't understand the answer to Thomas' question. Once the pullback happens in the cloud, in the middle of the cloud, not in this case, but in many cases I've seen this. Do you take this, or we wait for the price to come out of the cloud, or can we take it in the middle of the cloud?
So if the EMEA 20 is in the cloud or not in an optimal position, and basically like if you have a candle pullback past with going like beyond the pullback, then yes. So let me find some. Yeah, perfect. This one. So, for instance, for the short, because the cloud is below and below the EMEA 20, and because the EMEA 20 is not below the cloud, the perfect entry for the short is here.
Thank you. That was actually the question that I made. So thank you for others to set the same question again.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Okay. So, damn, it's already 25 minutes. Okay, so you are supposed to take one trade per trend. So basically, like let's like if you got stop out, like if you're still on that one, don't take this one. And so let's assume your entry is here, and then where you will set your close to break even or take some profit, that would be on that line here. And by the way, why you should really take profit? Because you have the DAX open at my time, Paris time at 9 a.m. So that's a major big event, and around major big event there are a lot of scam weeks. So yeah. So for me, the trading method entry you 24 pips gain. And if you do like Riku in that case, which is not the method, but in that case that gives more profit, you would have made 44 pips. Okay, then short.
So sorry, just a question, because here there's a lot of second guessing in a way, because I'm like, well, it might actually bounce on the cloud. So I'm like, okay, I'm aiming for past EMA, but I'm saying I'm not going to aim just below it. I'm just going to aim like maybe on the blue clear line, or even on the blue dark line, because I'm like, well, you know, because it's still, I'm not a machine, so I'm still like, yeah, sure, adding some subjectivity into it. And so sometimes I'm like, okay, I am for bigger pullbacks than EMA, past EMA, because I'm in the cloud, and sometimes it bounced. So I'm like, you know, I mean, I know it's not 100% the method, but sometimes I'm like,
yeah, that
EMA is like,
for me, my answer, and that would be the same answer, because the EMEA 20 cross here, at that candle, if you need to wait for a pullback past the EMA 20, no. So
okay.
for me, where you should enter, that's here. And
Okay.
for that particular trade, I am not lucky because the pullback gives more profit. But if you follow the method, the entry. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
And in terms of drawdown, yes, like at some point, like you will be like at 46 pips drawdown, but for me, you should not use your custom stop loss when trading on this 1 minute. You should use those purple vertical lines because when the volatility is high and when you use your own stop loss, it's very likely that it will get hit. Okay, next. I am going faster because we have only 20 minutes left. Okay, so here is the entry. Why? Why? Because when my EMA 20 is not below the cloud for a short, I'm going to wait for a pullback past this black plot, and then I will aim for here. Okay, and then boom. Okay, and then I will give you some context. Right. Okay. Why I will not set my stop loss to break even here? Because from this short movement we touch this orange support once, twice, 3 times. So basically, where I will set my stop loss to break even and eventually take profit, that will be here. I mean, and then you can say, yeah, Dave, like we touch this one once, twice, 3 times, etc. But in my opinion, when you make 30 pips plus in a trade, knowing it's 1 minute, that's nice. So like from bottom to top, it's 47 pips. So like few. Before I move on to the next signal, do you guys have some questions? Sorry, Team Small, if you don't have any question, I will mute you. Okay. All right. And then I have a question for Riku. I have a long here, right? Where I should get in? Riku?
Yeah, past EMA, I was writing on the chat because you're in front of the resistance, and you are actually having the signal in the resistance. You have a red background, and so you have to take the pullback past EMA, which is around here, yeah, and then you take profits directly on the dotted red cross line.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, for me, that's what I would do. Which gives about 20 pips.
Let me check. Yeah, more like 10. Yes.
So you don't put back past EMA like below the blue line?
No. When no. Actually, yes. Okay. You are correct, guys. Why pass the EMA 20 is that's basically something we saw 2 weeks ago with the coaching. You know, each support move, each SMA they have a strength, and they have a period, they have a time frame as well. And this one is a 20 daily. And basically, what I say, what we said in the method is when we hit daily, weekly, monthly for the first time, the likelihood it will hit and then it will reverse is big, right? So when you get a long 1 minute with close to this daily, yes, the simple moving average 20 daily is here and the entry is here, but for me, you know, it's still close. So from my perspective, if you enter here or like if you enter here, it's fine. It's fine. And as Rico said, because there is this line here, there is a resistance. If you should at least set your stop loss to a break even, yes. And in terms of profit, that makes like 10, and 10 minus the spread being 10, basically you make 0, but at least you don't lose. Yeah. So yeah, Rico, to answer, yes. For me, the pullback zone is like wide, it's like basically like from here or here. But overall, with this method, the more you wait for a pullback, and it's something that we can verify 8 times out of 10. The best is the entry case. So in that case, and that's very specific because like we have a long like very near to this 1 hour support. This is a cross is 1 hour, and this is the so for me the perfect entry, and then the exit would be like after the stop loss break even at least will be here. Yeah.
Sorry, I have a question. In terms of risk-reward ratio, you can see immediately that it doesn't give a lot. So
yeah, yes.
Because my take profit, I will not think twice now. I'm just taking profit on major resistance, full stop. And so I see it's giving 10
Good.
pips, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to risk that because if it goes against me, it may be more. So I'm like 10. You know, I don't know. Is this a good way to think or not?
So for that specific trade, I would say yes. But for this one, look, for this one, like you have the entry here. You would say, yeah, like I will not take this one because the next support is near, So no.
Oh, yeah, I would say past EMA, and it happens, but I may not get filled because it's only a week. So, and on top it's cycle 2, and yeah, I mean a lot of resistance in front. So I'm like, but you have to adjust to the reality of it. But you have to be very quick as well in the execution. So
yeah, because it's based on 1 minute, it's some constraints that you don't have with a 5 minute, with a 15 minute or 30 minutes, but with 1 minute, if you're not in front of your chart, and if you don't act quick, yeah, clearly. But yeah, for me, like if you follow the method, the perfect setup is the entry here, and then set your stop loss plus break even plus the profit here. Yeah. So quick thing: when I have a long, and when I have my background trend being red, if I will in an automatic way take profit, yes. So in that case, I will not care if it's 5 pips or 10 pips or 20 pips. Whenever I will hit the first resistance for that trade, if we are still in a red background, if I will take profit, yes. Okay, then this one here, the entry is here, but because the EMEA 20 is in the cloud, so I will wait for a pullback past. So here the entry is perfect. I will wait for this, and then I will set my stop loss plus break even and take profit here. Short.
Do you take profit or just set your stop loss even here? Because the background matches the triangle.
Yes, correct. It's correct. It's correct. That's correct. So if during the day at this point during the day, if you made your goal for the day with those 19 pips, I would say yes, take profit. Otherwise, no. Otherwise, I would say just set your stop loss to the break-even price, like here. Yeah. Yeah, it's clear. I don't know if Riku is writing something in the chat. I don't see.
Here, clear.
I don't see the chat anymore. Okay.
It's like if you're not exhausted after all these 10 pips,
Yeah.
when you get 500 pips, it's like the whole thing of the day. You know, it's
the
like,
whole thing, yeah. Okay. We have 10 minutes left. Okay, guys. Why is this big move this afternoon? Is basically we had this USD jobless claim. Is because it's basically people that lost their job and right now like they're asking the Trump government for some money, jobs. So basically, when you have this kind of number, which is twice the forecast, it's very bearish. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's keep going with the DAX. Okay, here we have a long. Yeah. Okay, in that case, I would say the entry zone is here, and I mean, yeah, like if that trade is easy now, kind of. The perfect entry is here, and then after 5 pips or 2 pips, I don't know. Like when we get here, like you should set your stop loss to break even, and then next. Okay, this one is fun. So the trading method, like for Athens, that's only unique for the Indices. There are some intraday cycles with Indices. So guys, if you want to find something in the forum, like if you want to find or let's say trading or alerts, you just look for some keywords. So like here, I will fetch for cycle, and yeah, I know that cycle is for on this. Cool. Yeah. So very quickly. For Indices and the based on mechanism, not GMT plus 1. Sorry, it's GMT plus 2. We have 4. In the morning there is 1. In the afternoon there are 2, and night. So basically what I say, and it's based on the data that we have for 2019 when the VIX was around 20, but I think those cycles they still work. If between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. If you have like moves of like 50 pips, like basically like if the Indices move of like 50 plus pips or of 100 pips, we see in one cycle. like we will consider basically the cycle is volatile, and the next cycle, so from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., is it likely to be volatile? Normally, no. So do we tell you to not trade the cycles that are likely to not be volatile? No, but if you trade them, if you should wait for a bigger pullback, yes. So I will repeat that one more time. If there's some moves in the first cycle where you see moves of 50 pips or 100 pips for the Dow Jones, for instance. So at 12 p.m. you know that the Dow is volatile. You know that the Dow is moving, and so if you want to trade the second cycle, you can. But if you must wait for a bigger pullback, yes. So we have 5 more minutes. With that in mind, for this short, I will enter here, like here, and then I will. If I will take that trade, no, because I am still in the short here. If I will take that trade, no, because I am still in that short here. Sorry. We have to keep in mind this big event at 2 p.m. 30, and we know that around the big event there are a lot of scam weeks. So like we have to protect our trades. So,
wait a second, please. So at the triangle, what is your entry?
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
And the reason why you want to pull back here?
Past EMA, because you are in front of support resistance and cloud.
Yes.
But once the EMA is above the cloud, right?
Yeah. This black one. Yeah.
I was thinking since the price action is already past the cloud, then you don't take the. Okay, now I get it.
Yeah, for the pullback, yeah. So like if I want to understand if I need to wait for a pullback past the EMA 20 or not, is based solely on this EMA 20 and cloud, yes. And when I say pullback past, basically, I will wait for the for a short. I will wait for the high, like to make this kind of week, and where I will get in the short. That will be here. So if you use the expert mode, that will be how I will play this. But if you don't. We have 5 more minutes. Why is it? I'm not sure why the chat is not showing. So if you guys are sending some are writing, I'm sorry, I cannot see it right now. Okay. So if you are expert, if you use the cloud, you should wait in that case for a pullback past the EMA 20, because as Riku said, the black EMA is the cloud is below this pullback, and if you don't use the expert mode, you should wait for a pullback past the EMA 20, because during the first cycle we had moves making between 50 pips plus and more, and because the first cycle was volatile, and we are right now in the, so you can see, and because we are right now in the second cycle, it's 1 p.m. ish, so we are in the second cycle, and it's likely to not be volatile. So if you must wait for a pullback past the limit. Yeah. So in both cases, yeah. Okay, I will reactivate the experiment. So okay, we will just cover that thread, and then I will finish the call.
Where do you take profit here if you forget the diamonds? Because I would aim for the green one, the first green one, so it's a very short, and I will miss a big move. So what do you recommend? If I've made my daily goals, then I can say, okay, I'm at break-even, so I can wait. But if not, then I will cut it at 28.
At 28 pips.
If right? I've not made my daily goals, yes, because yeah, I want to make my goal. And if I have made my goal, then maybe I can say, okay, I'm break-even, so I don't care. I will just wait. Well, that's a tricky one.
Yes, I mean, this one is tough. Not because of this one, but this one is tough because at this point at this point, like when we touch, it's 2 p.m. past 20, and we know that in 10 minutes there is this high event. so it's tough. It's very tough. So and that's why I tried in parallel. So yeah, so if you follow the method, yeah, for DAX you will that's up to you. You will maybe take some profit here. But if you do like me, trade DAX and DO in parallel. So for this short, where is my image today? Sorry, I will set my image back so that you can see it. Good. Okay, so here we have the short, and we know that the event is at so the jobless claim is here, right? At 2 p.m. 30. So yeah, I think like if you like it's fast. I know that like it's a week, like it's not even like doesn't even last 5 seconds. But yeah, for me the perfect entry for the short on is like here. And then will you take some profit here? No, because we touch this green support twice. Once, I mean, I've seen 3 times. Once, twice, 3 times. And then how many pips that makes? Yeah, I mean, from because me I trade futures, so like I might have a different perspective than you, but for me, like when I have 100 pips move after one trade, like if I will take profit, yes. And if you have a goal of making 100 pips, and if you make that goal with one trade, or like if it's around if it's like more than 30% of your goal for the day with one trade, if I will personally, not what you should do, but if I will personally take profit, yeah, on that one.
Probably if you don't set a take profit on that zone, but you are just like doing the math, then it's so quick that actually you can't get out there perfectly if you don't have a take profit order, because it's very quick, so it's going to go through directly, and then you will see that this move is very quick, so it's just going to go down. I don't know.
Yes, that's true. But
can you replay it like very quickly?
Yeah, sure. So yes, the Zoom meeting is still ongoing right now, so it's not pausing. Like even if we are past 40 minutes, I am not sure why, but all right.
I say we were given like unlimited time, I think.
But yeah, that was a given for the first meeting, but for this meeting, like for the second one, yeah, but I mean it's cool. All right, so let's.
I think there was one that said before that you are given unlimited time today. There was a message
okay.
an hour ago.
Okay. Okay. Damn fast. Damn. Yeah. So yeah, where I would enter, it's here. It's this one here. Yeah, and the quiz, right? It was.
Because when you see that, I mean, I don't quit. I quit here. I'm saying, oh my God, this is going up against me now. I quit.
Yes.
So that's
absolutely.
the thing. You're like, okay, fuck.
Absolutely. Yeah,
you know,
you are right.
Or I have really some balls and I say, okay, I don't care. I've made so much money today, then I can see what happened. But then in that case, you just never take profit, and then
Yeah.
So it's what's reasonable, what's not. You can never have the maximum because it's not on a support or resistance or daily pivot. So it's like I'm going to take profit on that pullback zone, basically. I mean, me personally.
On that pullback zone, where, like here?
Yes.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. So it's right. So basically, when the move is too fast, and basically when you don't have time to take profit, and you see that it's going that fast, and you see that you are in a short, and you see that the background trend the trend is red, the background color is red, and when you see the next support is far, then yes, if you can be more loose with your take profit, because it's a fast move, and by the way, a full disclosure, where I did take profit is like here. But yeah. So if you see basically if you don't have time to take profit here, and you see that it's going fast, and it's red background, and the next support is far, that means there is more room, more room for the short to go. Yes.
And Alex was asking a question. He said, until you are below EMA, why exit? If EMA starts sloping to the other side of the trade, then you exit? Question mark.
Like here?
I don't know. Alex or Luke, can you ask the question?
No. I was meaning when you are already in sell trade, no need to exit when you are below the EMA 20.
Yeah. For this specific move, yes. So when
yes, in the specific trade, in the
yeah. For this specific move, yeah. But saying that a few hours after, that's easy. But me basically my profit for that trade, and it's not.
So basically, you said that if the price is below EMA, it means that the trend is right, and I don't have to worry, and I just take profit when it's going above, right?
Yeah. So that's not our method, because during a period of range, this methodology does not work. Clearly, it does not work. But when you see moves that gives like 300, 400, 500 pips, yeah. So what Alex is suggesting is basically to take your profit here, right? Like here.
Yeah, makes sense.
Then yes, and but basically, like if you do that, for instance, with that long, there is a big move. So where you will take profit is like here. No. Okay, so for that long, yeah, I mean, obviously that long is not easy. The pullback is not perfect.
Pullback on EMA, but not past EMA. So
I mean, like based on the method that should be passed, but sometimes it's not passed. It's like. but yeah, the entry for this one, that would be here. Yeah. So let's see if I can simulate the pullback. Yes. It's loading. Okay, so and then depends on your goal, but let's assume you enter here and then you take some profit here. So guys, I want to give some perspective. In 2019, 4 months ago, when we made in Indices, in 1 minute time frame, we made more than 30 pips in one trade. It was good, right? Because the volatility VX, it was around 20, it was low. So back in the days when we made 30 pips ish in a trade, I'm talking from my experience. That was good. Like right now, it seems that when the VIX is high, the baseline is 70 pips ish for the Dow. So normally, if you trade with the method, you see, okay, I have a long. I have this red background, so if I should be more aggressive with my profit taking, yes. So normally, if I recommend you to close the trade, not trade hard, but like to close the trade. Yeah. And then, if you are expert, you have this re-entry here, and sometimes the gods of trading they are with us. Sometimes the pullback they are perfect as fuck, and that's the case here. And in that case, I will enter here. I will not set my stop loss to break even on that one or that one because we did touch this one once and twice, and I will take my profit here. I would say here. Yeah. So see guys, so it's true that sometimes I brag on Discord or on Twitter. I mean before on Twitter or Facebook because we have days of 1,000 pips, but my goal is like if you can make 100, 200, 300 pips per day. We have moves like that, it's perfect. Do you guys have some questions?
Yes, I have it. Why?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Why you didn't took profit on the first resistance, orange one?
You mean this one?
No, the last trade. This one. Why you skipped that?
Sure.
That one and you went to the next one. I didn't get it.
Sure. Because in that long trend, we did touch this SMA 50 5 minutes once, twice, 3 times, and like one time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And that's the very basics of trading. Like the more we touch a support and resistance, the weakest, like the more weak, the weaker this resistance gets. So if I will take profit on that one, or if I will take profit on that one because we did touch it once, no. So what I would recommend, that's up to you. If you are not that aggressive, if you are a bad trader like me, whenever we touch that one, because that's only the second time you can set your stop loss to break even, and if you want, like if you are making your goal for the day, you can take some profit here. But yeah, but my point is like when we touch support and resistance, I would say once, just once. I will for take profit zone, I will not use them. And then because we did touch this one a few times, we touch this one once. So the next one that I will use is this one. But from my perspective, if you take a profit here, this is perfect. Because once again, to keep things in perspective, we are talking about indice trading in 1 minute, and by all standards in CFDs, in futures, to make that that performance in 1 minute, that's I mean that's huge. That's very huge.
Yeah, I have the same question, if I may, but regarding the first trade, the triangle. So you took the profit at blue line, right?
Blue line, yeah, this one, yeah.
No, the triangle one, yeah.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, you took the profit at the blue line, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so what about the orange one?
You mean this one?
This one, yeah.
That's a good question because okay. So basically, I will say some I will disclose a bit of information, and I think that's for this cloud. This cloud is based on a two moving average. So doesn't need to be very smart to figure out that once one of the moving average is this one is the EMEA 180 in 1 minute, and the other it's based on the moving average that I developed myself, which is not on TradingView. And if you should use this other one as a support and resistance or as a take profit zone, no. So the reason you should not set your stop loss break even here or take profit here is because the only support and resistance to consider for your stop loss break even and take profits, they are all those SMA and the EMEA, but this one no. This one no. So let's see if I can hide. It's perfect. It's better. Yeah. So my point. Someone is not muting. Who is not? Kit Long. Sure. Kit Long is not. Kit Long is not muting. Who asked this question? Edwinas, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so my answer to be used as a take profit taking, use all the support and resistance. But if you should use the cloud itself, like the cloud bands, basically this one and the one below for your stop loss and take profit taking, no.
Okay, great.
So that's a bit confusing because one of this cloud band is as well a moving average that we use for as a support and resistance. So that's why. So my answer, use only the support and resistance from the best algo support and resistance for your stop loss and take profit. Do you guys have some other questions? Or like if you want to see Bitcoin, or maybe like Bitcoin in what happened in Bitcoin 5 minutes,
when you trail the entry price of the EMA pullback. Can you show that?
Yes, yes, sir. So we need to find. I'm sorry. Sorry, Rico. You are here. Okay. So here I have a short, right? And because there are a lot of support, and because my cloud is below my
Zoom, please.
Zoom, yeah. What the fuck happened? So before we were in cycle 1, it was volatile. Right now we are in cycle 2, so the probability is not volatile, it's very high. So I'm going to aim for a pullback past this black stuff. And once again, I know that in a few minutes there is this massive event which is very important for the economy. So if I will really wait for a pullback past the I will really wait for a week past this pattern. Cool. So my signal is here. Okay, is at 2 p.m. past 24, and I know we are in second cycle, and I know that in 5 minutes there is this big stuff. Okay, so if I aim for a pullback near here, so let's say I am so at this candle, my pullback zone is here. Okay. Then at next candle, my pullback zone is here. At the next is here. At the next is here. At the next is here. And the next one is here, the next one is here, the next one is here. Yeah. And then, so if you should, basically like if your EMA 20 is moving, if I advise to trail your pullback zone, yes, because if you keep waiting, basically if you have the entry here, and if you keep waiting basically like here, like whenever you have a strong move, you will not get filled. So my recommendation, when you know that the cycle is likely to not be volatile, and when you know that that you know that a big event is coming, your pullback zone, you should trade it. And then, so basically, like you have your order. Let's say like you have your first order to enter here. I will at the next candle I will take my order. Like if you have a broker that you can connect directly to trading, is perfect. And then I will trail my order here, and that's it. So that's the Dow Jones in 1 minute. That's fast. Yeah.
Thank you.
Clear? Do you guys have some? Do you guys want to see some specific stuff, or do you have some questions?
The crypto algo 2 minutes.
It will come this weekend.
Because I've seen that the crypto 4.0 2 minutes gives also very nice signals.
Yeah, like we have the choice. Like we are live testing two models in crypto for basically scalping. 1 minute and 2 minutes. In my opinion, there are a lot of hard exit and fake out with the 1 minute. So that means that you will get some 5 small, let's say it's random number with 1 minute. You will get a lot of some consecutive small losses, and then for your psychology, you will get tired, and then big move. But because the 2 minutes is way smoother, so yeah, I think the ones that we're going to publish for all the premium subscribers, whether you are 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, that would be these 2 minutes. And then the alerts. So yes, we made a tool so that you can update the alerts in bulk. So like you can mass edit, mass update, mass delete your alerts. But if we can give it to you right now, no, we need to wait for TradingView to approve, because yeah, just just because, and they didn't have time to do that yet because there is a big crisis, and that's tough. That's tough for everyone. That's tough for TradingView. So like as soon as they will give a go, I'm going to publish this Chrome extension in the Chrome store, and if approved, that's a process that could last between 1 week and 2 weeks. And if approved, yeah, you will get access, like all the current subscribers, not the new one, all the current subscribers. So I means you guys. You will get access to the Chrome extension that will so that you can mass edit, mass update, and mass delete your alerts. So when you are a premium like me with 300 alerts on TradingView, that's pretty cool.
And on Opera, that will work as well with an extension, maybe.
Should be because there is this extension in Opera to make so that the Chrome as well in Opera. So yeah, should be.
Okay.
So, as soon as it's a Chrome extension available in the Chrome store, then yeah, it should work. So I'm getting some alerts on Bitcoin. What is going on? 8%. Ooh, nice.
And for the crypto model, the pullbacks are the same, because I've noticed that it sometimes require bigger pullbacks than indices.
No, like same. For instance, it's one like you have the entry here. It's like it's closed. So the concept of near. So when you are like 5 pips or 10 pips near in an indice from your entry, that's near because it's 1 minute. But keeping things in perspective, like when you are in 5 minutes, and especially for yeah, I mean because there is I will zoom. Okay, see, so like we have so like for me like the entry is near, so like so I'm going to wait for a pullback near this near this 20. So I will wait for a pullback. I did for a pullback, like a big zone. And then question: would I set my stop loss to break even near? Will I take profit here? No, because it's too close. Like if I will set my if I will take profit here, no. But if I will because this blue is daily, when it's daily it's massive. So like if I will at least set my stop loss to when we hit this one, my stop loss to break even here. Okay, so my entry is here. When we hit there, I will set my
the daily resistance of pivot was touched before at least once.
I mean, yeah, once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 6 times. Yeah. Yeah, it's correct. It's correct. Sorry. So yeah. If you're on, so like if you're not like me and like if you can hold like if you and based on the fact that the background trade is green, and based on the fact that we hit this cluster a few times, then yes. And then for you, for the take profit, that's up to you. As always. Okay,
well, you said you don't like crypto 15 minutes.
Oh yes, no, I do like I do like the universal 15 minutes. But if I have the choice between 5 minutes and 15 minutes, and because that's me, because I am in front of the chart, I don't have a wife, I don't have kids, because I can monitor in parallel my indiscriminate and crypto 5 minutes. So like I would prefer me to use to trade Bitcoin with 5 minutes. But if you are more of a swing trader, then yes. If you, in that case, like if you should use the universal 15 minutes, then yes. Okay, let's talk about trailing your pullback zone. Okay, so you're here. And next is here. And let's go find. Not exactly here, but actually should be. I'm sorry. Okay. So this question is tough because that depends on your goals. But for me, where I will take profit is here, but as Riku would say, it's too fast. So like by the time you click on take profit, like it's going past it. So where in that scenario I personally will take profit, and that's based on my goals, right? Like around here.
And you also take the 100% profit, right?
Excuse me, what?
I mean, you close the entire position.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, because so that's something I do with intraday with 1 minute and 5 minutes because the concept of intraday is like I don't want to keep trades open at night and during the weekend. So what and that's based on my psychology. That's just for me. And because you know that by that time like for me like it's around 10 p.m. past 30 minutes, and that's where I sleep basically. And because that's based on my goals and that's based on when I sleep, then yes. But if for you guys, if for for you, like if your risk appetite is bigger, and if you know that you can manage this trade until like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Yes, I would say then.
And have you ever not been filled with a stop on Binance?
I am. Yes, I mean the numbers because like I take like dozens of trades per day. The numbers of time like I am not getting filled on the stop per day. It's like once or twice.
On Binance.
Like on Binance for Indices for future as well. Yeah. But because basically like I have my alerts on TradingView, I have my alerts on the broker, and because I have multiple screen, and because I check because like whenever I have this stop alerts hit when it's hit because I will check I will check on my broker if the order got filled. So like I would say like 98 times out of 10 out of 100 is fine. But for the time it's not fine. Like yes, like I will go to my Binance or go to my FXN platform and then quit and then like exit the trade. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
the reason the stop loss sometimes are not hit. That's there is one word for that. It's slippage. And in times of high volatility, the slippage is big. And so yeah. So why I am not too deep in trading bot? I mean, like if you guys want to automatize using trading bot, it's fine. That works. But because of the 2 times out of 100, and it's not due to, it's not specific to TradingView, it's not specific to Binance, not specific to FXM, it's just sometimes there is some broker fuckery, and the political word for that is a slippage. So whenever you trade with trading bots, if you should triple check that your orders they are really filled, yes. Because 2 times out of 100 is a random number, but when you stop, they are not filled twice out of 100 trends. That's painful. So where is the chat? My chat is not, sorry guys. I don't know if you guys if you write some stuff, but my chat is not working. Okay, it's been 1 hour and 20 minutes. Do you guys have some more questions? Oh, the chat. Thank you, David. We'll go to listen to your session. Okay. Do you guys have some question?
So you don't trail stop?
No.
Like basically you just take profit on daily supports, and because you take a lot of trades per day, you just have goals, and you don't care if the price just like moon or something, you just take profit, end of story, and next trade.
From a trading book perspective, yes, that's but like if you are in a trade like live trading, if it's hard on anyone's psychology to take 1% and you see the move going up like 9% further, if it's hard, yes. But if that's if I choose to take 2-3% out of a potential big move, yeah.
And how many trades on indices? Because at the beginning I was taking 1, 2, 3 trades, and obviously I was taking only the losers. And now I'm taking more, so 5. So out of 5, I get 1, 2, 3 winners. So if you're really consistent, you take the whole trade until 5:30, from 7 a.m. to 5:30, you make 700 pips. I mean, literally. And so it's like very hard on the psychology, because at the beginning you take the 5 first trades, they give you 10, 15, 20, maybe less, you know, break even. And suddenly there's a big move, and maybe that move you don't take it for whatever reasons. So you make 60, 80, 100 pips. And so how much trade do you take per day? And of course you are aware of cycles and all that, but it's very hard to be very focused during 7 hours on the screen, right? So not to mention wife and kids.
Yes, that's true. I don't trade 7 hours a day. I trade like in the morning too, in the afternoon as well, so like sometimes 1, 2. But why it's important, this concept of goal? Because if let's say like if we are like a 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. and like if my goal is to make 200 pips on for this, and if by 10, let's say if by 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. like if I made my 200 pips goals, then done, you know, then done. Then I am very aware that from a theoretical perspective, that's easy to say that, yeah, 200 pips and then done, and then like you can go out. We cannot go out right now, yes, thanks to this virus, but you can watch movies. But yeah, like my point is because why
masturbate. Sorry.
Why I want you to stop trading when you make your goals, because the more time human stays in front of the chart, even with the best signals in the world, they lose. I want you guys to make your buck quick and run. So that's why basically to have goals, goals like written goals in pips, or I don't know, in dollars or in euros. Like the very basics of trading is that goals is not because not because it's cool. It's because like humans, they are dumb, and the longer they stay in front of the charts, the dumber they get.
So, monkey brain, that's me.
And that's me as well. So by the way, back in the days, like I was maybe trading like 5 or 6 hours maximum, but if you do if you do intraday on Indices, like I would say like a few hours per day is fine. And if you have to choose which hours, like if you basically like if you know, if you like let's say like you want to start trading, and like let's say like it's around like 12 p.m. and you see that the first cycle was very volatile. There were a lot of moves of 100 to 200 pips. If you will, if to maximize your probability of winning, if you will even trade the second cycle, no. But this example is terrible because there was I know there was this 600 pips move, but most of the times when the cycle 1 is volatile, the second cycle is flat, and then normally we should wait for the third cycle from the 3 p.m. Sorry. So quick example with Do. Here we have our cloud. The EMEA 20 is above, and for once the god of trading is with us. So the entry is here because the candle high is past this black pullback line. And will I take profit here? Yes. Why? because my overall trend, like the trend in the bigger time frame, which is symbolized by this color, is green. So I would have made 28 pips minus spread, I would say like 20, 23, 23 each. And then this one is nasty. So the immediate 20 is in that cloud. So I'm going to wait for a pullback past this immediate 20. So I will enter somewhere around here. Oh, this loss is painful. Yeah, 50 loss. Okay, and yeah, I mean, that's the game. So like for the day, like if you just trade DO, you are plus 23, minus 50, so like you're minus 27. And then here, so here you have a short, the background, but there is a support near, so like you're going to wait for a pullback. So for me, yeah, it's big. So for me for the entries, that's either here or here. But for that move, after some perspective, after some retro perspective, which is always easier. So basically, like when you see that for a short the EMA20 is below the cloud, like basically like when you see this kind of wick, it's fine. Like when you see this kind of wick, like basically like it's going up and then down. It's like it's basically it's a pullback move near this.
Even when the signal is on the resistance or support.
Yeah, because so like when you should wait for a pullback past the EMA20, that's when it's near a daily 4 hour. No, it's a daily, weekly, and monthly. But when it's like when it's this one, it should be like a 1 hour or 4 hour now.
But,
so, okay.
So
yes.
We have a red this arrow in a red background, yeah, and the EMA is cast below the cloud, and then why do we need a pullback?
Why?
Yeah, I mean.
So give me a second. I'm zooming a bit. Okay. So question for Riku. Riku, when do we
in front of support? For me, there is a support, so I'm waiting for a pullback.
Yes.
I mean,
yes,
right on it. So
I mean, it's not like right on it. It's like a 1 pip below, but yes.
So, okay. So my question was because I consider this being below support here. So we're not technically below support. We're at support, yeah.
Yeah. Like when you know, like I mean, that's not obvious right now, but like when there is no, like when there is a distance between this one and this one of like of 1 pip, 2 pips, 3 pips. No, it's not. It's like the same for me. So yeah, so basically, guys, when you see the entry price for a short or for a long is that close from the nearest support, if that means that the entry price is on support or resistance, and if you should wait for a pullback near the black pullback line, yes. So we'll enter here, and then I will take profit. And then for the day, I will be break even. No? I will be plus plus 23 something. And then Riku, so Riku. So
well, enter at market here is because you're on a green background. There is no support resistance near. You're above the cloud, so you're in heaven.
Yes, sir. We are in heaven. And from bottom to top, it's 100 pips.
They're done. See you guys.
So no, but like my point, like if you are trading just the dough, let's say just the dough, from the 3 trades before, you should be at like a plus 20-ish pips. Like you have like one loss of 50 pips. You have like this. You have this winner here, like around 50 pips as well. So you are at this point at that time of the day, you are at 20 pips ish. And here, basically, like and here, like in that case, yes. But in that case, like if your goal is to make 100 pips a day, and if you see that there is no resistance near, then hold, yeah.
But the problem was, I forgot that the DAX was just, we are on the open, basically. This is the open at 9. If you
are right. So
that's past EMA, actually,
yes.
even better. But yeah,
guys, that's a fucking awkward moment when Riku knows the trading method more than me. So yeah, so that's part of the method. Basically, we said like when we are near some macro events that includes the opening of DAX and Dow. So DAX open is a macro event for the Dow Jones as well, and Dow open is a macro event for DAX. So because there are some some commercial deals between Europe and the US. Yes, like even with the coronavirus, there's still some. That's why Dow Jones events they impact the DAX and the European event. They impact the Dow as well. So Rico is right. The open is at 9 a.m. So if you want to enter, I mean, like for me, like if you want to enter, here it is perfect. Like, yeah.
So you enter at the open, not right after, like at 9:10-ish. Yeah. Because you said 15 minutes after and before.
So if it's yes, you are correct, but basically, when we have that long with a green trend, and when there is no support and resistance near, and because that week below the and because like we are that much below the EMA 20, I would. If you are an aggressive trader, you can try at 9 a.m. as well. And if you are like Riku or even like me, you can try here. So that's not. I know that's not 15 minutes past this major event, but basically, like when you have like this kind of move past the EMA 20 and green background, and because you know that the risk for this trade is low. I mean low, right? Low because the background is green, and because there is no support. So.
And what do you do when it goes back to your entry price at 9:35 and at 9:51 in terms of break even or? because then you're like, okay, it touched again. So is it going to reverse? Is it going to go against me? What's going on? And so what should I take profit at 84? For me, I would do that because I'm still a beginner. So 100 pips is my goal per day. But, you know, what do you do when you have this drawdown?
Good question. So for that opportunities, the entry is either here or here. It's not here. It's not here. Here and it's too late. So for me, it's either the first pullback or the second pullback. Okay. Then in terms of goals, in terms of goals, so let's say like if you have a goal of 100 pips a day, okay, and if with one trade you make let's assume some spread, and if with one trade you make 60% of that, then if you should take profit,
because then you get 62 and then 0, even minus 5 or something, and you're like, oh god, what should I do? I quit it now, or it's still green and all that, I know, but I mean, you the drawdown, you're from plus 62 to minus 5 at some point, and you're like, well, you know.
Okay. So if you didn't set your stop loss to break even, or if you didn't took profits, then hold like until these purple vertical lines are exit, hold.
Because when there is no support near to actually know that I'm going to take profit before, then it's only the goal that determines the take profits.
Yes, it's correct.
Interesting thing is that if you suppose a drawdown, then you have a re-entry, so that's a comfort zone for you. You're like, okay, that's confirming that something's happening, so at this point you can wait, but before that you don't know. So it's like
exactly. So for me, like I didn't take 62. I took because that's personal. That's based on my goal, because I was trading DAX as well. For me, I took 50, and then here that's market. Why market? Because the INE20, because the cloud is below the INE20, because the background is green, because there is no support and resistance above, so it's cool. I mean, there is a support and resistance near. And the total move gave 60 something. So my point is, like with the three previous trades before, like you are around at your PNL plus 20. With that one, you should be at plus 70. Why? Because if your goal is to make 100 pips, and if you make 50% of that goal in one trade, you must. I mean, I will stop saying should. You must take profit, because that's what I do, and like I will not tell you guys to that you should do something that I tell myself that I must do, and here same. So in your case, like if your goal is to make like 100 pips, like with the previous 3 trades just on do, you will be at once again at plus 20. Okay, and here, let's say like after 50 pips, you say, okay, 50 pips is like half of I will take profit. Then you are at plus 70, and then this one plus 70 plus 30, and then my dear Rico, you will stop for the day here
at 10, and then what?
you will I mean, like if your personal daily goal is to make 100 pips on Indices or on Dow Jones, when it's done, it's done.
Okay.
Because if you don't have goals, what's going to happen? You will aim for this one. Like you will do some estimates and some math. Yeah, like it's like 135 pips, etc. There is some room. Cool. But what's more important? What should be more important for you than the margin, than the room until the next support trading resistance is your goal. So so let's assume, right, you have a goal of like 100 pips, and like you make like you are as well at plus 50 pips plus DAX. So you are around 100 pips at 10 a.m. ish on Dow and 50 pips on DAX. So once your daily goal is done, your trading day is done. Then just stop.
Okay.
This is exactly what happened to me in this trade. I mean for the 200, the 1 hour here, and of course the stop target break even, and then I think this is how I get 500 pip days, and then the next day is minus 200. You know, that's my problem.
But in that case, you are quite lucky because, like, if you enter here, you get stopped at minus 10, minus 12, let's say.
I usually once again like 50 pips or something, I just put my stop loss at break even, despite despite there's no supports resistance.
Okay, makes sense. In your case, makes sense. But my point was, okay, so that's why we have goals, because I am stupid. We are stupid. Humans, they are not made to trade because we make because most of our decisions, they are stupid. I see like I prefer to make 100 pips in 2 hours. I prefer to make 100 pips in 5 minutes rather than staying 7 hours in front of my charts. So sometimes the market range, and basically like we have to hit some shit. Basically, like we have to hit some hard exit, like minus 10, and then that's always like when we are tired, when we are pissed, then a big move in like a tweet from Trump, or a big move in cycle 2 or in cycle 4. I know, but and the way to fight that is goals. Like the only way that I know, and that all the successful traders in banks or pro and retail, they apply for themselves to stay in the game because this game is dumb, is to have smart goals for dumb market. So and my recommendation for the new starters is not if you trade the indice, is not to think about not think in terms of euros and dollars, but still think in terms of pips. Because once you will learn the skill to make constantly 100 pips per day from Monday to Friday, that whether the market range, whether the market is volatile, you have the skill to make 100 pips, and then you will increase 150, and then increase to 200, etc. Then I guarantee you that after a few, okay, I'm going to be honest, after a few months, the stress for you to make 100 pips when the pip value is €1 or is 10 cents, or is €1 or is €2 or is €2, sorry, is the same. But before to learn how to run, you should learn how to work, and that's why in the website forum we did this ramp up program for Indices and for crypto, and like basically for trading. So And the reason that sometimes Evenias you have a plus 500 and then minus 200 plus 500 and then I agree that in average like you make way more than 100 pips a day. But my concern is when the market will come back to normal not normal market condition. Basically, when the VIX will be volatility index will be below 20. This strategy will not work. When you will do that, you will get, and I guarantee you, like minus 200, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And the only thing that we have to accept is when the volatility is high, the pullback is bigger, the moves are bigger. So yeah, like we can make more profit faster, and we can actually as well lose faster. But when you have a market that is easier than normal, and if you take like the good habits right now, and when it will come down, and it will, I can guarantee you, like at some point it will come down to normal market condition when 80% of the time is boring. So, and that's why I think my point is when you learn how to make 200 pips a day, and then like you increase your peak value from 0.2 to 0.5, and then to 1, and then to 2, and then to 3 extra. By the way, guys, I am trading a future. So full disclosure, future, the peak value is between 23 euros and 25 euros. So why I'm taking profit sooner than you guys? Because it's 25 euros per pip. So you can multiply that by 25. Yeah. Basically, that's the concept of future. But for CFDs, I think like for a new Indices trader to start with a goal which is not low, which is not too high, of 100 pips per day is perfect. But if you feel more comfortable with 150 or 200, it's fine.
You're a whale, man.
Yeah, I know.
You're what? Sorry, I missed that.
A whale.
Just a reminder, when you go public with this thing and you're going to charge like 500 or 1K per hour for these conferences, please don't forget us, okay?
It's okay. I will. I won't. Okay, guys, I'm getting a bit tired. So if you don't have any question, I will end.
Thank you very much.
So I will record this session, and there are some points that are quite interesting. So the fact that you have to trail your pullback zone is very interesting, because like if you wait for with your pullback zone up there, and your EMEA 20 like is going down, and like if you keep your pullback zone at the very beginning, you will never get filled. So that's a very important point. And I think the most important part of this call is basically what I said at the very end. Is the goal, the importance of goals. Like it's not, we don't have goals because it's cool. We have goals because I am dumb, because we are dumb, and that's it. And 150 or 100 pips profit is 100 more profit than 0. So, and you have to keep in mind that 95% of traders lose. They might be like 98%. They are below at break even or below. And there might be like 0.0 something each person that really like can make a living of trading, but that takes years. And I think that could take you guys months, like basically like months to start with 200 pips, starting with a p value of 0.1 or 0.2, and then if you manage to make every day 200 pips, and then you say, okay, next week, like I will move my pip value from 0.2 to 0.4. And then if you manage to do that for a week, you will say, okay, next week I will increase I will keep my 200 pips goal, but I will increase my pip value from 0.4 to 0.6, and then next week 0.6 to 0.8. And then if you move up in pips value, but if for a few consecutive days you don't manage to make your 200 pips, you should move down in pips. Okay, you say like because you say it's too stressful for me to make 200 pips with a pip value of 0.8. So like I will try to make 100 pips. And if you see that after a few consecutive days it's easy, then 125, 150, etc. So that takes time. The good news that will not take you 5 years that it did take me. The bad news and the honest news that will take you months. But the only way to make a living out of trading is that way. And the more secure way, the less risky way, as I know, is to trade the indice in 1 minute time frame, and or sometimes 5 minutes as well.
Well, come again, please. You said the best way is trading 1 minute, or?
So my preference is.
You just said something. The best way 1 minute. Excuse me.
Yeah, sure. So for me, for the less risk, it's the indice 1 minute. So I personally prefer indice 1 minute, but I 100% agree with you that the indice 5 minutes is great as well. But if you trade indice 1 minute, you have to accept that when you get a hard exit, that's more painful. That's 5 times more. That's 5 times more painful.
Thank you very much. Anyway, see you guys later.
Yeah. Okay. Look, we are April 2. Yeah, you had this entry. It's perfect. So basically, like if you trade like the 5 minutes, you have this one 260.
So is your thought process the same exactly? You take profit at the first support resist?
Yes. There is the exception of Claude for the 1 minute, but for all the other framework, yes, same method. Yeah.
So the difference is that it allows more drawdown 5 minutes, basically, yeah.
Yeah. Look, like for instance, like for this long, like if you enter on pullback because it's a red leading trend. For instance, like if you are funny, if you don't set your stop loss break even, if you don't take profit, then you are directly like in a loss of 150 pips plus spread, so 160-ish. Yeah. So from my perspective, the 5 minutes works, and the 5 minutes is amazing and it's great. But my personal preference, and because like I know that I can be in front of the chart 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe in the morning, maybe at night, maybe afternoon as well, so it's fine. But if you have goals for these 5 minutes, let's say like if you want to make 200 pips a day, let's say like you trade the Dow and the DAX in 5 minutes, same method. Once you make your daily goal, get out, like shut down, like close your trade, shut down FXM, shut down TradingView, shut down your laptop, watch some movies, play. If you have a girlfriend, like take care of your girlfriend, you know. But like basically, don't trade. Like once your intraday goal is met, because let's keep in mind 5 minutes it's a model for intraday stop. Okay, so at some point I should hard exit myself and I should stop as well. So guys, thank you very much. If you have any question, you can ask me in the Discord directly. I hope you learned some stuff, and next week Riku will make us a presentation about pullback. Right?
Thank you for the 2 hours. It was really useful. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, guys, I think we are done, and I will end the. So, we have a few survivors. Gornida, Edwinas, and Kitlan. Nice. We started at 12. We are 4. Okay, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.